Hey everyone, this is Shana coming from Real Nappy Podcast. So today I'm going to do a single post. I'm going to talk to you guys all about what's been going on in my life and how coronavirus has affected me. So good story time, you know I love a good story. So to start out, I'm going to tell you about first event that happened. So the first event is I lost my nails. That's the real event. Like, I'm going through it, dog. I don't know who else is going through this tragedy with me. But anyways, so employment. So if you don't know, I work for Girls Inc. It is a nonprofit. I'm a program director in Crowley district and Fort Worth district. And so whenever the coronavirus first started, right after spring break, we started working from home. So everything was good. Everything was great. They were like, yeah. We were even having virtual happy hours, you know? So it was going great until let's fast forward a couple days and maybe even a week or so, you know. They were like, hey, so we're going to have to do some layoffs. So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm praying to God because, you know, I don't really got anything else other than this. Well, I do, but nothing like sufficient like this, like insurance and everything. You know what a job salary that you expect in that every 2 weeks, you know? But anyway, so I'm like, oh God, please Jesus, you know that prayer we do when we ain't talked to God in a little while. And we're like, you know what, God, I'm going to start listening. You just bless me with this one blessing. So anyways, so I got laid off. I left with a great severance package, but at the end of the day, I still got laid off. I was kind of very bitter when it first happened, like the day after. And I was like, you know what? Hey, I wanted to branch out and do different things anyways. So that was my employment. Kind of, you know, and I filed for unemployment. And so if you're in the same situation as me, so let me talk about the unemployment process. I tried to file for unemployment probably 3 times in a whole. Like the first time I couldn't even get on the website. Second time I was filling it out and it kicked me off because too many people were on the website. And then third time I did it and it was like 10 o'clock at night. So I finally got it done. It wasn't as long as I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a long process, but it only took me like 15 minutes. And I think because when I went on the website, I chose COVID-19 instead of just unemployment. It was like a little dot that you could choose whichever one. So I chose COVID and that was super quick and easy. I don't know if you choose unemployment, the regular, whatever, just laid off. It might take a little bit longer, but that's just me. So I filled that out and, you know, it is what it is. I'm ready for them little cash checks because I really don't feel like this is going to change. And I think we got another 2-3 months underneath our belt. Let's just be honest. But that's my own opinion. You know, y'all might think it might be over a lot sooner, but that's my opinion. But anyway, so that's that. So I'm unemployed. So I have so much time on my hands. I don't really know what to do with that. But so let's get to the next event that coronavirus has ruined. So I got sick. I started feeling like ill. So I thought it was stress. So I didn't really make a big deal of it because I'm like, shit, I'm unemployed, you know, like that's really stressful. So I started feeling like aches up here in my upper like shoulder area. And then soon after, like my throat started hurting. So I thought it was a strep throat because sometimes I get that, which is crazy, but I get it. And so I'm like, oh shit. So I started checking my throat and it wasn't red. So right the next day, I literally went to sleep and woke up. I had a really deep and hard cough. And I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't done anything. All I've done is gone to Target and back. I haven't gone anywhere. Oh, I was taking Trent to daycare because his daycare was still open. His school was still open. So I was taking him there and back, but they're so phenomenal with keeping clean and keeping everything up to date and just, yeah. So anyway, so I was like, I haven't been anywhere. So Trent soon went with his dad, so I wasn't too worried. That day that I was getting my cough, I went and bought some medication. I bought what was that? I bought some cough drops. I bought some congestion medicine, just different things. I think I bought about like 3 different things. So I was taking them that whole day. Man, I did not feel any better. And then that next day, I literally woke up and I felt terrible. I felt like something was sitting on my chest. Like I could barely breathe. So I'm like, Daryl was like, hey, we need to go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room. Y'all would not believe, we walked up to the door. There's like plastered, like posters everywhere on there. And then it said, you cannot enter if you have a cough, fever, basically the symptoms of the coronavirus. So because I had a cough, we had to call a number, literally called the number. The person at the desk, we see her at the desk, answers the phone, and she's talking to me, and she's like, all right, you need to go around the back of the emergency room. So I went to the back of the emergency room. A nurse came out with a whole gown and a mask and everything, came out. She took my temperature, and she also took my blood pressure. And she was like, okay, and she asked me a series of questions. And through those questions, that questionnaire, I did not meet the qualifications of someone that had the coronavirus. So she was like, well, if you want to get tested, you have to go to some place in Dallas to get tested. And she's like, but I would honestly tell you to go home, self-quarantine, and, knock it out, because that's what they're going to tell you anyways, even if you go get tested, unless you are about to pass out, then they'll admit you to the hospital. I was like, okay. So we went back home, and I looked on Instagram. There's this remedy that I saw this guy made. It was like orange pills, lemon pills, cayenne pepper, something else, and then onions. So I made that because I'm like, oh God, I need to get this out of my system because I don't want to die. I don't have nothing to leave my... Anyways, that's a whole nother story. So I was like, I don't want to die. So I let that steam. I sat over that steam, and it helped for like a little while, but not really. So that night, Daryl made me a hottie toddy. I've had a hottie toddy before, but I don't know. I think he went overboard on the liquor because I was drunk. I was drunk. So I was drunk. I was hot. So when I was sleeping, you would have thought I was going through withdrawals from crack. I was sweating. I thought I peed on myself. That's how much I was sweating. I was sweating so bad. But let me tell you something, honey. When I woke up that next day, Jesus, I was on top of the world. I could breathe. Like, breathe. I didn't have a headache. I just felt like good. I felt like I could take on the world. So if you are feeling those symptoms, if you like, oh shit, coronavirus in my Cardi B voice, do those things. Go get that hottie toddy, get you a little bit of whiskey, some lemon, and a, what do you call that? A cough drop. So put all those things in some water, put all those things together, look up how to do it, and that will knock it out. I don't know if that remedy, that orange pill really did anything, but if you want to do that, hey, go ahead and do it. I doubt it will hurt you. But that's how I really feel like I got over the coronavirus. I don't know for sure if I had it, but I feel like I did, and I feel like I knocked it out with that. So if you feeling that way, try those things. So another thing I want to get on, and if you are going through this thing, I feel like everybody is going through a transition of, I don't know what to do. Even if you're working from home, even if you got laid off, it's like, this is so different to us. So one thing I'm doing to keep me mentally okay, because honey, if you're not mentally okay, it don't matter what's going on around you. It's just crazy. So what I've done is I've invested in our podcast, our channel. I've invested in that. I'll look up other YouTube channels just to see what we can do better. I'm getting into different podcasts. Ooh, I love listening to different podcasts. Sorry, there was something flying by. Some different podcasts going to. I didn't even know that many people had YouTube channels. So if you have a YouTube channel and you need somebody to subscribe or watch, honey, I ain't got nothing but time. My son is with his dad. I'm still self-quarantined, his son is with his dad. I got nothing but time. So if you got a podcast, if you have a YouTube channel that you want me to watch, please drop it below because I have time. Please, I watch so much Netflix. I don't even want to watch it anymore. So give me, if you have people or some good podcasts that you think I should listen to, please drop them because I am bored. I am bored already. So that's how I'm mentally. Oh, and I do a virtual, not a virtual, but I text a therapist to check in. And actually, a lot of people from my previous job at Girls Inc., we do a virtual chat just to check on how everybody's doing. How are you mentally? How are you physically doing? How are you? How are you doing? Because this is a lot going on. If you haven't been laid off, it's still you might die. You see all these people dying. The world has shut down, so it's okay to not be okay, So they've been doing a lot of mental checks with me. I've been doing a lot of virtual talks with a lot of different people, just kind of keeping myself busy. I also help tutor with the different schools that I was working with, volunteer. I just need to stay busy. So that's what I'm doing mentally. Physically, what I've been doing, I have been trying to do a workout video. I have tried Raven. I forgot what her name is, but she's a fitness girl at Jackson State right now. And I follow, she has a bomb body. I'm going to drop her Instagram down below. She is so bomb, but I be trying to do her workouts and oh, hell no. I need a beginner. So I've been trying to do home workouts, trying to get a little, together. And what else? I've been sewing a lot more. I've been doing a lot more sewing. I've been painting. So I've just been physically trying to just do some things to keep myself busy because I feel like once you sit, that's when your mind stops. Your mind and your physical being, it's all connected. So you got to keep moving, keep going like it's a regular day. I'm not sleeping in. That's just not me. Not personally. If that's what you want to do, go ahead because I do a lot of things that you probably what the hell? So, who am I to judge? But okay, so that's really an update on me. If it has helped you, please let me know. Comment, let me know if you're in the same boat as me. But yeah, this is story time with Shana. And we'll be back with our next episode with the Real Nappy Podcast.